Good morning, students. Welcome to the online classes. I am Samuel to deal with you the first chapter of the textbook, The First Flight, A Letter to God. Students, we know we do write letter to God in different modes. It may not be all the time pen and paper, but through our prayers too. Whenever we seek the guidance of our God, it's equal to writing Him a letter. Today, we are going to study about a man who had a tremendous faith in God's providence. He, as character core, is a farmer. There was a farmer in Philippines. His name was Lencho. He lived with his wife and children. His house was alone in the valley. He had no friend or neighbors. He had cultivated corns in his field, and he waited for a good rain shower to get a good harvest. Rain came. Lencho was very happy. But along with the rain, strong wind also came. Hence, the rain was changed into hailstorm. The whole valley was covered with white hail. Cornfield was destroyed by the hailstorm. Lencho was very sad at the loss of his crop. Now, he had no other option to get money and feed his family, because the whole survival of his family depended on the crop Lencho grew. But the nature had its own say. He could not bear with the loss. Interestingly, Lencho had no neighbor to take help. So he decided to take help from God. Here, when we say Lencho had no neighbor to take help, we understand the importance of neighbor. Neighbors, it could be in different forms. It could be our friends, our own family members, or maybe the relatives, those who will be there by standing by our side in the time of need. So whenever we don't have any neighbor, we have one standing with us with all the time, that is God. So Lencho also decided to take help from God. He wrote a letter to God and requested to send 100 pesos through mail. The letter was dropped in letter box. Very interestingly, letter was dropped in the letter box. Here we have a question: will the letter reach to God? Will the letter reach to God? But it was Lencho's faith which pushed him that it would reach to God. At the post office, letter was first received by the postman, who laughed at the foolishness of Lencho. But the postman was very considerate, very kind-hearted, very much understanding person. So, to protect the faith of Lencho in God, he collected money from employees and sent it to Lencho through mail as he desired. Lencho had desired that money should be sent to him through the mail. At the place of sign, he put God. Very interestingly, he helped, but he did not come forward to tell that it is from a particular person. Rather, he said that it is God's inspiration and the help is actually from God. In today's scenario, when we are in lockdown, we find hundreds of our Indian laborers, migrant laborers roaming around on the roads, and we find even a person handed them over a packet of biscuits, they would love to show it. Maybe through social media, they might take selfies, they make videos to just to show that they have helped. But here is a man, the postmaster. He didn't. He did all the sake for the sake of God. Next day, Lancho came to post office. After receiving the letter, he got angry when he counted the money. Instead of 100 pesos, the letter had only 70 pesos. He believed that the rest amount was stolen by post office people. That is where our faith has to be tested first. It could be taken in two ways. Many of us would think he should be happy with 70 pesos. But let me put it in other ways. Lencho wasn't happy with the 70 pesos because he had a very steadfastness and very strong belief in God that whatever he has asked would be given to him. So he asked 100 pesos and 100 pesos would have been given to him. That was his faith. It's not that the crookedness of this one particular man called Lancho. But he received 70 pesos. As we know it, postman, whatever he had, he collected. But the money which was sent to him, it was actually he needed. We say God knows what is actually we need. Though we might call the people who help us in a very different way that they are not worthy to be called, he called them bunch of crooks, बदमाशों का गिरोह बोला उसने, and wrote another letter to God with request to send remaining amount, but not through the post office. That's what very interesting. He sent another letter to God. He thanked God that he sent him 70 pesos, but asked send him the remaining 32, but not through the post office. So friends, so this is how we understand the chapter. We do understand how the things becomes for us. When we don't have anybody to help, we have one who is standing beside us, that is God. But we need to understand God. God would not come face to face to us to help us. He would go different ways. Therefore we say God has many faces. He always helps those who are really in the need and seek the help of God. He is always ready to embrace and support us in many different ways. So this is what we have in this particular chapter, A Letter to God. I hope and I believe that this particular chapter will help us to build a strong faith in God, strong faith in all our neighbors, in all our acquaintances, those who are there in time of need. With all these particular explanation, I put my word into a stop and wishing you all the best. Hope this video would help you to understand the first chapter, A Letter to God. And there are few word meanings which you need to understand and write in your notebooks, which will be very helpful for you in future reference to the chapter. Wishing all the best. Have a wonderful time ahead. Keep on studying.